No chapter in the future. It just looks like Are there any students here to speak out this evening? Seeing none, moving on to announcements. Does anyone in the body have any announcements this evening? Seeing none, we can move on to our presentations. We would love to welcome Interim LGBTQA Director Micah.
Thank you. My name is Mel. I'm going to get my life here tonight, but not for about before. All right, so my name is Micah, and I'm the interim director of our LGBT Center. I've been at Ohio University since 2003 when I came for undergrad, so clearly this place has had a profound effect on me, not expecting to arrive as a young gay African-American male in a predominantly white institution, and then find such social and academic support that I wanted to remain here. I stayed on for a master's degree. I've worked 10 years in housing and residence life, and I'm very glad now to be in our Division of Diversity and Inclusion. This has been a really exciting year for us as we have tripled the size of our full-time staff since last spring with the addition of an assistant director, Dr. Jan Hubenthal, and our administrative associate, Becky Arnold, and a wonderful team of 8 student staff members. So we are located in Baker Center, room 354, and if there's only one thing that you remember from this update and presentation, it is that we are truly here for everyone, and that means that if you identify as heterosexual, gender fluid, non-binary, you're not going to be asked to fill out a form about how you identify to get entrance to the LGBT Center. We value our allies, we value the community that can form from bringing diverse folks from all backgrounds together in the center. When you do arrive, you'll see Becky, our administrative associate, as the right welcoming face when you get there. And I then would indicate that if you're a first-time visitor, you'll likely be asked our traditional pride pillow question to figure out which of the decorative pillows in our LGBT Center speaks to you the most. They are designed by various LGBTQ artists and really represent our commitment to inclusion in a variety of ways. So we like to do little icebreakers like that, but you can also just hop into the LGBT Center between classes to hang out, watch TV, listen to music, check email, browse our collection of books and DVDs from our media library, just have a sense of community, pull out board games, and have a good time. Free coffee, tea, cocoa, yeah. So that's good, thanks to the generous donations of our alumni. And since I'm talking about alumni, I should also mention a couple of additional resources I'm super proud of that would be great for you to know in case you have any friends who might need to access them at some point. One is the Hodson Support Fund, also donated. It's for students who encounter emergencies of financial nature, and unfortunately those often are attached to experiences coming out and then being financially cut off from guardians. And this has been a fund that's been used several times to help students in a variety of situations, and that's really important to us. We're very appreciative of it. We also have a fund that can provide students with some financial support for study abroad experiences to encourage LGBTQ folks to venture out a little more, and we appreciate opportunities to collaborate with our friends in International Student Faculty Services to help LGBTQ folks who are thinking about traveling abroad really think about where they're going and where they're going to feel comfortable and that sort of thing. And if you boil down our revised mission statement to its 3 core components, we would say that we are first about care, and second about inclusion, and third about learning. The first part with care is especially important to us because we don't want this work that's so important to be thought of as just like buzzwords. So when we say care, we really mean the emotional work that it takes to support members of our community from all backgrounds. And there are heartwarming moments in the LGBT community literally every day. So if you want to get your life in that way, you can just kind of come and be a supportive member of that space, whether it's a trans student who comes in looking for social support before they go home that weekend to come out to their parents, or whether it's a student who is an ally volunteering with us for homecoming who's just stressed out about the normal academic stresses of being a student. It's a very supportive place as a result of that true commitment to care. Inclusion really goes back to what I said about us being there for everyone. And that means sometimes that there are going to be challenges from perspectives, diverse perspectives intermingling. We don't all necessarily share the same views just because we might identify as LGBTQ+. And we like to practice the civility that our university president has really encouraged us to keep in mind when it comes to having conversations that are productive and can help build bridges and increase understanding. And learning is not just a top-down thing for us. When we do have safe zone trainings that will introduce community members to terminology and resources about LGBTQ identities. But we also recognize the importance of learning from one another's experiences and stories. So we really like to encourage everyone to think about the role that they can play in either being a beneficiary of learning or contributing to it. So those are 3 main parts. I think some of my proudest moments in the LGBT Center have mostly revolved around the very caring staff that we have. The students are amazing, and we have been very fortunate to see the development of a couple of student organizations, some that have been active in the past, but then become inactive. One is called Outgrads and Non-Trads, for short for non-traditionally aged undergraduate students. And it's predominantly graduate students, but this one has gotten up and running just recently, thanks in part to the appointment of graduate students in its first LGBT Affairs Commissioner. His name is Remington, and we are just in the works of getting our first socials together. So it's really neat to see an active group, LGBTQ+ group for grad students. I am a grad student myself, completing a PhD in an interdisciplinary program, so I'm really excited about that. And then we also know in today's world, it's especially important that we pay attention to the issues of trans and non-binary individuals, and it's really exciting that we have had some student leaders emerge to really provide that source of peer support, and also even some faculty collaborators who are helping. We have these monthly news videos that have taken the place of our weekly e-newsletters, and you'll find those, a lot of our advertising and marketing is through social media, so if you browse our Facebook page, you'll see not only these news videos, but you'll also see advertisements for the various events. We stay pretty darn busy. Today we were preparing for National Coming Out Day, which is October 11th. We'll be in Baker Front Room from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., allowing folks the opportunity to celebrate their truth, whether that's stepping up to the microphone and speaking some words from your heart, or making some signs to support others. That's this Friday in Baker Front Room from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Tomorrow, excited about the Yell Like Hell pep rally, so we're going to be there. And Saturday, of course, at the parade, it's going to be historical. Can't give away all the surprises, but rain or shine, there will be rainbows. Yeah, so that's the thing. And how much time do I have left? 2 minutes?
Yeah.
I want more questions, so I want to turn it over early. Am I allowed to do that? Okay, great. Just anything.
Anyone have any questions?
What would you say your biggest goal for this semester for the center?
Yeah, that's a great question. I really felt like this semester has been about reintroducing the center to our Ohio University in Athens community because of how significant it is to change like the professional staff and to really try to convey this message of inclusion and being here for everyone. That has been feedback that our Division of Diversity and Inclusion has received through focus groups or just individual comments that it's been a year in which thinking about presenting to a group of RAs about the center over the summer during their RA training, and one of them crying, sharing that how excited that they were to feel welcomed and excited about being in the center. So it's really just about that emphasis on helping people know that we are about establishing positive, welcoming spaces to really contribute to that sense of belonging that we know is important for Bobcats to have in order to be successful. Yeah.
What are these terminology?
Yeah, so a question about terminology and how we offer opportunities to learn more about that. Our Safe Zone program is by request, and actually any questions you have or requests you have, our email address is very easy. It's just lgbt@ohio.edu. So whether you are a member of a student organization that would like a 90-minute Safe Zone 101 training to not only focus on terminology, but also sort of give you an overview of where we stand with various LGBT rights issues. It's a really good workshop, and just by emailing lgbt@ohio.edu, we would be able to schedule that either around the student organization's meeting time or they're predominantly requested by faculty members, and it's been really busy with that too. I think we've had about 20 or so far, and that includes presentations on regional campuses, because we're really about that One Ohio impact of making sure that we are a united Ohio University. Yeah.
So if we wanted to like go into being like a director of an LGBT center and in the future as a career, like what did you major in? Like, how do you prepare yourself for that?
Thank you. That's a great question, and there are any number of paths that could get you there. I, in particular, was an undergraduate student studying in organizational and interpersonal communication here in our wonderful honors tutorial college. Do we have a rep from HCC here? All right, hey, all right, cool. So that was an experience that led to my interest in human development, and I did the IIP, the Individual Interdisciplinary Program here for a master's degree in human development. That actually made me then eligible for a residence hall director position because they had just switched to making that a position that requires a master's degree in college student development or a very closely related field like human development, which is just a little broader over the lifespan. And now I am working also on an interdisciplinary degree in decision making, which is something that I personally found to be really central to human development, the notion that the decisions that we make tend to contribute to how our lives unfold. But right now we are in the midst of the search for our permanent LGBT center director, and some of the qualifications that that job posting calls for are preferred PhD in something related to diversity, so like gender and sexuality studies, something like that. So you can kind of go the academic route, but you also have to have like 3 or more years of supervision experience supervising like full-time staff members, and that's something that is, I would say, easiest to get in the field like student affairs. I would say housing and residence life is generally a great incubator or preparer for just about anything because you have to deal with anything. Do we have anyone from Res Life Commission here tonight? All right, so yeah, oh, okay, yeah. Okay, cool. But I do appreciate that question, and I think right now we're really fortunate to have such a cool combination of talents among the staff members in our LGBT center. specifically with my background in like human development and experience with supervision and student affairs stuff, and then our assistant director's PhD in women, gender, and sexuality studies. So it's kind of a 1-2 punch. You like it. Thank you.
So you talk a little bit about regional campuses, but also you do other than like presenting this is one center, one Ohio, to make a bigger conversation.
Absolutely. We're, anyone's heard of systems theory? We're not even just thinking about our regional campuses, but we're thinking about how we build community at a number of levels, starting right within Baker Center, where we are really appreciative of the generous and kind, friendly campus partners that are around us. And we like to think about what we're doing to educate and build community right there in Baker Center, of course on the Athens campus, in the city of Athens, on our branch campuses, and in the nation, because as some of you may recall from President Nellis's investiture speech, we are committed to becoming nationally recognized for inclusive excellence. So we are really thinking about not even just our branch campuses, but one new initiative this year has been taking advantage of college fairs, LGBT college fairs for high school students or community college students who are wanting to transfer to four-year institutions like Ohio University. We are literally going from coast to coast to spread the word about our university's commitment to supporting LGBTQ individuals from Los Angeles to New York. And just yesterday, I returned from Indianapolis at a college fair, and more specifically about the regional campuses, we're now trying to get more out of our visits because they kind of like eat up a whole day to go and do like one safe zone training. So right now we're working to identify allies and folks who are enthusiastic about having us spend time with their classes or their staffs on regional campuses when we're, the initial aim is typically for safe zone training, but we're trying to expand that, and we'll also be helping to identify those folks through a forthcoming campaign for identifying friends of our LGBT center. And that is kind of like a similar thing to Safe Zone, where if you do Safe Zone, you get a little card that you can put on your door or something to indicate that you are a safe person to talk to, you're going to be welcoming and inclusive. The Friends of the LGBT Center campaign will similarly give an icon that folks can display just as a show of support without having to do the 90-minute training. But we would also, we're working on developing strategies for helping that not be a superficial gesture of support, but also getting folks who identify as friends of the LGBT Center into the center, perhaps volunteering with the volunteer wing of our center called the Super Friends. Some of our Super Friends are going to be walking with us in the homecoming parade, and volunteering on speak out panels, which is also a way that we get out to our, or we'll be getting out to our regional campuses. Those are panels of LGBTQ plus students, sometimes faculty and staff, who share their stories and open themselves to answering any kinds of questions, including personal ones, from those who are in attendance.
Any other questions? Seeing that, thank you so much.
Yeah.
For coming out We'll love to welcome the student trustees, Justin Kelly and Austin McLean, up here.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to have us today. We really do appreciate it. So this will be a real brief talk. The goal is that the Board of Trustees is going to meet this Thursday and Friday, and we wanted to get your feedback on some of the things that we're going to be talking about. And since it's our first time here, we'll give a brief overview on the Board of Trustees. So they're the final decision-making body here at the university, and there's two students, Justin and I, sit on the board. The board is trying to give a student perspective, and there's 4 committees responsible for the finances, audit, governance, and student success. So Justin will start off going through what his committees are going to talk about. Then I'll go through mine, and then we'll open it up to questions or comments to see if you guys would like us to share anything.
Awesome, thank you, Austin. So as a new representative, I have the pleasure of sitting on 2 specific committees that are the I'll make sure I get this right, the Governance and Compensation Committee, and also the Academics and Student Success Committee. So to kind of give you a rundown on what's going on in the meeting with both of those. So for governance and compensation, specifically for this meeting, we're going to talk about retirement plans. So potentially changing vendors to get lower interest rates, potentially to help our employees out. And then also we're going to be talking about Graduate Student Senate's Constitution. So their constitution right now gets approved by the Board of Trustees, and they're trying to get that changed to where that it's not approved by the Board of Trustees anymore. So that's just kind of what's going on in that sector. And then also in academic and student success, there's kind of a lot more going on in this meeting. So I'm talking about the strategic framework and Gen Ed reform. So for those of you who don't know, our Gen Ed hasn't been reformed in over 40 years. So we're kind of taking a look at that. So for the fall class of 2021, we can kind of make some changes to kind of get caught up to date with what's going on in today's world. Then we're also going to talk about some enrollment updates. So just kind of give you a rundown, enrollment's down this year. So that's going to be a topic of discussion on my side for a long time. Then we're also going to talk about some of the conduct cases that are going on. So just kind of to tell you of some of the information that's going to be discussed, we're currently down when it comes to alcohol-related charges, down when it comes to drug-related charges, and up by about 12 when it comes to sexual misconduct charges. So kind of going on that. We're going to review of some centers and institutes. So just kind of every center and institute at the university has to go under review periodically. So that's kind of something that's going to happen. We're also creating a new center in the College of Business called Research and Analytics. That's kind of being put up for vote. And also we're going to look at a new master's program in cardiovascular perfusion. So that's just kind of a rundown of what's going on within my two committees.
Awesome, thanks, Justin. Then with resources, we're going to go over the financial update, which is going to be a review on how we did in 2019. Then we're planning out the future for FY 2020 and going through that budget. There's going to be some fee approvals for grad courses that were already pre-vetted that the board has to approve. Then from there, we're talking about a 2020 bond series where we're taking out some more debt while the interest rates are low. From there, we have our investment updates with some of the student investment groups to come to speak with FIX and student equity management are coming in. And then we're going to go over a presentation on our design costs because we've been having issues with the board of how our new capital projects, building a new building or repairing a building, has been more expensive than it seems like it needs to be. So we're going into the details on how to make that system as good as possible as a university. Then from there, we're going through our audit and risk management. And the big thing with this is when the school does an audit, it's to make sure that everything's good. We have no major findings so far, which is always good news. So nothing crazy to report there. The chief audit executive report. Then we're going to have a CLRC report also, which is on from the Department of Education at every college do it on their student security, student safety, and fire safety report. So that's what's going to go on that meeting. Do you guys have any questions or comments about the things we just listed, or anything that wasn't listed that you would like us to try to bring up to the board of trustees?
I have a question. I know we talked about this. What would you recommend senators to go to? This is for their first board of trustees meeting.
Definitely. So we think the most useful for students is definitely Justin's committee with the academic and student success. That's taking place tomorrow at 9:30, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. inside Walter, the Walter Governance Room right behind there. And if you're interested in learning more, that would definitely be the most useful.
Any other questions?
What are you guys' office hours?
All right, so I go first. So my office hours, so Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm typically in the office 2 to 3 o'clock. And then Tuesday, Thursday, I'm in the office 3 to 4 o'clock.
Great. Then mine are Monday, Tuesday 1 to 2, and Wednesday 1 to 3. And then we have a joint office hour on Thursday.
Yep.
Yeah, and please, so the police come, say kind of low.
Yeah, we get lonely
Yeah.
there, yeah.
Any other questions? Seeing none? Thank you so much.
Great office.
Moving on to our budget work by our lovely treasurer, Adrienne.
All right, what's up, everyone? So I'm just gonna give a brief breakdown of the Senate budget and the SAC budget for this year so far. So these are my office hours for this semester. If you ever need to ask me questions, see me, just reach out to me either through email, text, or my office hours. So first off, the Senate budget. So to start out, every year we get allocated about 20 grand from the Division of Student Affairs. This year is $20,718. We also received a $40,000 signing bonus from the new graduation class account from DOSA. And they gave $40,000 to us, $10,000 to GFS. And then we also got a $5,000 Bobcat readership reimbursement, which $5,000 to the Senate body and $5,000 to the Senate body. And that usually happens every year. So per our RMP, we allocate to 4 events plus the treasurer's discretionary. And so that's take a tampon, leave a tampon, which is in the bathroom. We just did that order. That should be all good to go once that's distributed. Take Back the Night is in the spring. Pride Week is also in the spring, which the LGBT commission runs. And then Mile Together, which was in the past couple of weeks. So just some definitions for you all. So we have the 1O accounts, which is the internal funds accounts that DOSA puts our $20,000 into. And then we also have the 8O accounts, which we currently have $132 in, and that's sort of for like deposits into Chubb and so forth. And then our 5O accounts are sort of endowments and emergency funds, and that's the alumni fund, and then also a fund that we need just in case like there's a huge project or something we don't have money to do, we'll take part in that fund. And then so here are our expenditures to date. These are all budgets that have been passed within the body. As you see, some of them aren't the exact same numbers. For example, we passed the budget for $500 for the retreat food, but we were able to cut out some of that money when we went shopping. And then the homecoming banners are about half as much as the original budget. So the thing is, don't go over the budget, but it's awesome if you guys do. So this is our current allocations. So each commission has been allocated $100. The office supplies, which I'll go over in my report, I allocated $500 worth. We're already almost out of blue books that we got last week. And so it's a really good thing that we have that discretionary now. And so yeah, you can just take a look at the pie chart. That's how it sort of breaks down so far. And that's the total budget right now. And so that huge green part is all for either us to save, to spend this year. So if you guys have any projects that you want to do, I know there's a couple of commissions that are looking to bring speakers and so forth, please reach out to me and let's do something to help benefit the community. Cool, so now on to SAC. You guys have never met Morgan? So that's our SAC commissioner. All right, so events funded to date. The numbers are not on here. It's a lot of numbers, so if you really want the specifics, please come talk to myself after this. And we've had 3 general body meetings so far, and the specialty funding application will be out within the next week or so. And so that's what we've spent so far. We spent $14,000, allocated that to a couple different groups and events on campus. And then that's our remaining budget. So if you have any questions, so the U fund is about $80,000 that comes from student tickets and fines and so forth. That's allocated to us every year. International Student Union, Black Student Cultural Programming Board, and University Planning Council, I guess the remaining words did not show up. They each get allocated $80,000 per RRB. And it's literally we get our $405,000 and it's immediately slashed to $240K. And so today we've only spent 2.9% of our budget. Usually we also pay for new order grants, which we get to receive any, and that's approximately I think 1% of the budget. Bi-weekly funding works out to be 10 to 20% of the budget, and that's every 2 weeks we do our bi-weekly GBMs, and then semesterally works out to be 20 to 30% of the budget. And yeah, that's it. Does anyone have any questions?
Any questions?
That's a quick one. So you said somebody can actually like save money. Is that often what actually happens? We don't spend the budget.
So we're actually like last year we saved about $67,000.
Something unusual then.
It really all depends on the treasurer, how much they spend that year. For us, we're definitely looking to try to save as much as the $40,000 to help donate to like future years, such as like the DC trip, maybe office updates, so forth.
Any other questions? created possible. Will the chief of staff please call me out?
President Ramon,
Present.
Vice President Lundy Moore. Present. Treasurer McAdams.
Present.
Commissioner Gill. Senator Shaver. Senator Rochelle.
Present.
Senator Back Indy. Senator Archibald. Present. Senator Stevenson.
Present.
Senator Boer.
Present.
Senator Klein. Present. Senator Moore. Proxy. Senator Arts.
Present.
Commissioner Gibson.
Proxy.
Senator Benton.
Present.
Senator Thornton. Present. Senator Quay.
Present.
Commissioner Shriya. Commissioner Kramer. Commissioner Ostrom. Senator Akeem. Senator Warcamp.
Present.
Senator Warren. Commissioner Newman. Senator Steele. Commissioner Zimmerman. Senator Adams. Senator Thomas. Senator Galili. Proxy. Commissioner Bosinger.
Present.
Senator Klein. Proxy. Senator Schmidt. Commissioner Conrad Sweeney.
Present.
Senator Pink.
Proxy.
Senator Shank.
Present.
Senator Dusiak. Present. Senator Freetag. Present. Senator Van Ezra.
Present.
Senator Sweeney.
Present.
Senator Tortel. Commissioner Holcamp. Senator Graffus.
Present.
Senator Carmen.
Present.
Senator Tiger.
Present.
Senator Matmo. Senator Sweeney.
Present.
Senator Boothby. Senator Ensworth. Commissioner Manlow. Senator Ivan. Senator Miller. Senator Chess. Commissioner McCarthy. Senator Whetstone.
Proxy.
Senator Danlow.
Present.
Clerk Cringer. We have quorum.
Moving on, there are no additions to the agenda this evening. So is there any discussion on the previous meeting minutes? Lisa, sorry. All those in favor of approving the previous meeting minutes, please raise your hand. All those opposed, abstentions, minutes approved. No business. Now on to new business. First up, Senate Resolution 1920-33, a resolution to appoint a senator to the Off-Campus Affairs Commission. Whereas, second, primary sponsor Commissioner Bosinger.
Yes, we got Aiden over here. He's my new appointee. Absolutely amazing. His skills are legendary. He's gonna be a great asset off campus, and I'm excited for all the work we will do. And yield the remainder of my time.
Okay. Primary secondary sponsor Vice President Lindy Morse.
I echo everything that Adam said, and I would prompt
Is there any discussion on this resolution?
Second.
All those in favor of approving Senate Resolution 1920-33, please raise your hand. All those opposed, abstentions, resolution passes. Next up is Senate Resolution 1920-34, a resolution to appoint a senator to LGBTQA+ Affairs Commission. Whereas stated, so Commissioner Newman is not here this evening, so we'll move on to secondary sponsor, Vice President Williams.
Yeah, Jamie and I interviewed Owen last week. He had a really great interview. We're all very excited to have him on the commission. I also just got a text from Corbin that said, I love him. He's so passionate and he's going to do so well on our commission. Others are bounced like that.
Okay, is there any discussion on this resolution? Second. Can you give us a please?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi.
Perfect, okay. Is there a motion?
Go. Second.
Okay, it's moved second to vote on Senate Resolution 1920-34. All those in favor, please raise your hand. All those opposed, abstentions, resolution passes. Any commissioners have any reports this evening? Yes, Commissioner Gill.
I just wanted to let everyone know that Michaela will be putting on a Scripps College of Communication Town Hall October 16th, I believe is next Wednesday. 3 to 4 and 2 number 4. But,
Any other commissioners? Seeing none, moving on. Any study committee reports this evening? Okay, moving on. University committee reports? Yes, Commissioner McCarthy.
So for those of you guys that don't know, myself, Jaden, and Lydia, we all sit on the experiential learning fee committee where we discuss how the new experiential learning fee is going to be allocated in specific awards. So if you guys have any feedback on that, feel free to reach out to me directly. We're kind of in the process of creating what that application is called like right now. So if you have anything specifically that you want to see represented or challenging, just send me a message with the sign.
Thank you. Any other university committee reports this evening? Yes.
Stuart and I, sit on the Reimagining Belmont Education Advisory Group. Today we had our poster event to get feedback from faculty and students. It seems like we had a pretty good turnout at it. The information is now public on all of the models that they're going through. I can forward the slide deck to everyone. The information is a little bit dense, so I'm very knowledgeable in it now that I've sat in multiple meetings. So if you have any questions about it, please let me know. I can walk through everything with you. It's really interesting stuff. You have to like sit down and read through it, and it is going to impact the class of the fall first year class of 2021.
Any other university committee reports this evening? Seeing none, we'll move on to our reports. So, since it's homecoming, we're doing homecoming pictures from high school. So this is my sophomore year. You can't really see me that well, but it was me and my best friend, and we left. We had Nerf guns because we're really cool cats back then. So speaking of homecoming, it is homecoming this week. We are very excited. I'm sure you all have seen the banner in the office. This looks great. So I just wanted to press the importance of going out to the events that Alicia was discussing a little bit. It's really important to connect with our alumni. They are great people. And also, if you want to network for internships and stuff, that's also a great way to talk to alumni. They're also would love to hear about what you're doing in your position now and giving their insight in their positions, what they did when they were in your shoes. Also, like the student trustees have said, board trustees is tomorrow and Friday. I will be at any committee meetings as much as they go to the class. So the committee meetings that I'm going to do my best to attend is tomorrow at 9:30 a.m., which is the Student Services Committee. I highly encourage lots of senators, commissioners, staff to come out because this is a committee about us and our success. At 12:30 is the Resources Committee that I can go to, and then the general board meeting is 9 a.m. on Friday. So those are the three I'm definitely going to. The other one I'm jumping in and out of. Also, I'm looking for a representative for the Outstanding Administrator Award Committee. If you are interested, please talk to me afterwards. I will be up here for a little bit. I would really love someone to send on that because our administrators are really important people. And we'd love to give them a reward. Also, I had lots of comments from students coming in the office that they came in to go get a blue book and then no one was there. I want to encourage you all, please do your office hours. I know it's not flawless system. I know sometimes you can use Clockify and not actually your office hours, but it's really, really important because the students know when we are in office. And plus, this is a space that we can collaborate with one another, we get to know each other, relationships build, you can talk to me or Alicia or Jaden because we're always in there. So it's a great time. Plus, I just fixed the computers and they're being updated. So if you don't have your laptop, you can actually use the computers now. So also, I know I may speak for Jamie, but please keep the office clean. I have picked up gum off the floor, M&Ms, gross. I'm not your mom, sorry. So please clean up after yourself. Please and thank you. And that is the end of my report.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's my freshman homecoming. I've gone here. So I have a kind of long report. First thing is we have 2 tickets to the Blackburn Spencer pageant which is Saturday at 7 o'clock. I know it's homecoming and it'll be a really long day, but it's supposed to be a really, really awesome event. I'm really looking forward to going. I've never been before. There's formal dancing, music, entertainment, food, drinks, a lot of fun stuff. So we have 2 open tickets for that. If you want to go, I need an email immediately after this report on why you want to go, and if you've ever been before. And I will let people know in the Slack when those 2 tickets are gone, so they've already done. So let me know about that. Also, our very own Lydia and Jaden are nominated for homecoming court, so please vote for them. That will be announced at halftime of the homecoming game, which I hope you all attend. But yeah, that's what you say. And we also have the debate for the local election for mayor and at-large city council members are going to be debating in Bentley 238 on October 17th. That's Thursday at 6 p.m. Next Thursday. And that's going to be a really cool event. The Off-Campus Commission and the Governmental Affairs Commission have been working hard on the questions. We have Dr. Bernier from the Poli-Sci Department moderating, so I'm really excited about that. And lastly, the homecoming schedule. So as Lydia mentioned, we have a lot of alumni coming in town to hang out with us. First, we have the homecoming parade that we're going to walk in at 10 a.m. I would really appreciate you all walking in that. It's really fun to hang out with one another. We get to walk the banner. We cook into the competition if we're entertaining enough. We hand out fruit snacks to people on the street. So it's a really good time. And then immediately after that, we go to the Senate office and have an open house. We'll have muffins and coffee cake, orange juice coffee, that kind of stuff. And the alumni come back and want to hang out and talk to us about what we're doing. And then we have a tailgate at 12:30, which will just go immediately after the open house. And Division of Student Affairs and Student Senate have a combined tent, and there will be free food at that as well. So if you want free food all day long, then come to all these events. And that's the end of my report.
So, we didn't do homecoming in Connecticut. I guess it's not a thing. And nor did I go to prom in high school. So the third best option was graduation photos. And so that is me with my best friend and his brother. I got cut out on my graduation date. So just a couple things. We had talked last week about creating a discretionary for office supplies, and I allocated $500 to that. It's probably already going to be used soon because the amount of blue books and the traffic that's been coming through. Speaking of blue books, you could try to greet people when they come to get their blue books. Maybe let's say like have a good test or something like that. Like I've seen some people's like smiles just brighten up. It's really cool. And then the second thing, just keep submitting the name tag forms. I'll have them in the office after this. So Senate total $57,264.55. Allocated not spent $6,043.60. Not allocated nor spent $51,220.95. SAC total $230,544.62. Spot $157,725.67. U Fund $72,818.95. These numbers are truly accurate to the best of my knowledge, and that's it.
So, happy homecoming. I'm gonna emphasize home because I love homecoming. Proxy forms, please fill those out. A lot of people have not been filling them out. I actually pinned the link in my report or on Slack, so please do that. It's really important that you guys are doing your office hours. I know that Lydia was talking about that, but that is really important. So please do those because I do keep track of that. So like hell is tomorrow. The Community Service Committee will be there running the Senate table. So we'll be there from like 6 to 8 o'clock. It's a really great event, so I really suggest going to that. The homecoming banner, I do want to shout out Maxine, Michaela, Jordan, and Abby Pongos. We were painting to like 10:30 last night, and it just looks really great. There's a picture of pumpkin now painted on there. So it just looks really cool. I'm very excited. Also too, Caitlin, has been doing an amazing job and she has been going through and, our old folders from Senate 2018, 2019. All of the bills and resolutions have been made public so people can see that. This week's been a little crazy, so I'm hoping that we can have those folders done hopefully by the end of next week. And then I went through and updated the meeting minutes, bills and resolutions for this year. Those are now able for you guys to see. Also too, Propel Ohio applications close on Friday. I'm going to send that link in the Slack tonight. So I really encourage you guys to apply for that. It closes Friday night, so please apply. And then name tags, I'm going to be updating and printing off name tags for vice commissioners and newly appointed senators. Hopefully next week we should have everyone's, and that is the end of my report. Okay,
Alright, yeah, so this is from senior year homecoming. That is my best friend Summer. You guys have seen her before. I won't talk about the suspenders. So headshots are still going on. Next week is the last week to get your guys' headshots. They're free. And they're really free. So I would encourage you guys to do them. My buddy Kyle's a very talented photographer. The times have changed. If you guys saw that in the report, instead of 3:30 to 8:30 due to the lighting situation because it's fall now since earlier, it is now 3:30 to 6 o'clock. So if those times do not work for you, then please contact me and we will sort it out. And then also, if you sign up for a time, please show up. And if you can't, then email me or call me. My number is in the document saying that you guys cannot come and then we can reschedule. It is not professional to put in a time and not be punctual enough to show up, or at least contact someone and say that you are not going to be able to make it. Because Kyle was out there the other day and only one person showed up out of the other individuals that were supposed to show up. So if you cannot make it, please just contact me and let me know. On the social media stuff, this month, like I said last week, is going to be very busy. Monday we did the town hall, I believe. Yeah, Monday town hall went out, and then Tuesday, or not Tuesday, but today the Need to Walk went out with registration. The link's there. Encourage everyone to sign up, and then tomorrow is going to be the mayoral debate, and then also the Scripps town hall is going to be going on tomorrow. So if you guys see that, please like it, retweet it, like it on Instagram. We're also posting it again now on Facebook because I figured that out. That was a little hectic. But we got it all down. So that is the end of my report. I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of your homecoming week. Thank you.
Okay, quick report for you. Got a picture from the going homecoming. So we have 2 associate justice positions open as well as the assistant position. And that's the environment.
Your advisor.
Two questions. Yeah. You said cut on, this is homecoming week. That said, anyone that is a contact for any of the organizations in the parade, you should have an email from me yesterday with your slot, where you are, what time you should be there. Please follow that as closely as you can. We do have about, I think it was like 130 different organizations in the parade, and so trying to keep track of all of that is difficult. We also have a script that has to match the order, so if anybody's not in order, just sort of that whole thing. Got to take care of that. So please follow that as best as you can, and also just to kind of follow along with right here, making sure you're working office hours. We have several students that come to CIC looking for student senate. We walk them over there, and there's no one there for us to meet them with. So it is important that you're working those hours. And that's it.
I'm an assistant in high school, so I go to Kansas. This is my first year at community college. I was homecoming, I was a mascot. And so my report is to talk about you guys, the proposed deadline is the 11th, so 2 days. So I want you guys to send in your applications to them. I mentioned before in the Slack, but it's basically an opportunity to go to the one-day leadership summit and bring on a lot of us engagement opportunities with the city. Get to kind of regular issues that maybe impact walking. And then kind of to finish up with opening speeches. I know it's gonna be a fun weekend. Make sure you guys take care of each other, be safe, have a
Is there a motion? All those in favor of adjournment, please raise your hand. All those opposed? Abstentions? We are adjourned.